Hello everybody, it's me Paddy from across the shuck. Just bringing another video for you today. And before I start the video, as usual, I've got something to say. I would like to thank everybody for who watched my last video and who left the most lovely, encouraging comments. I don't script my videos, so I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. It wasn't planned to come out the way it came out, but it came out that way. And I thank everybody for who watched it. Second thing that I need to say is I have the 3x2 knife challenge going on, which if you go back a couple of videos from now, you'll see it in my videos there. Please go and have a look. Also, there's been about 8 people so far who have taken part in it, and I have them in my playlist. So if you just go onto my channel, go into the main part, and you'll see playlists. It's on there, 3x2 tag, and there's 8 people. I'll give you a list of their names, see if you know them. A Little Older, Nasty Renegade, there's myself, Nicest Knives, Everyday City Carry, JT's Knife Life, Gateway EDC, and Aaron Rowe. Now, there's a couple of those I'm sure you really know, and there's a couple that you don't know because they're new channels or newish channels, and very good channels, I may add. I've watched them all. It's lovely to watch other people's knives and how much indecision it takes to pick your favourite knives for certain jobs. So really worth the list, because you've 8 videos. They're only sort of short videos. They're between 5-10 minutes long. But it's a 3x2 tag, and I want as many people as possible, new, young, been around for donkey's years, to have a go at it. And if you put it up, as long as you let me know, I'll put it in my playlist. And it means that people can just go to the playlist and watch it at their leisure. Now, that's it. Today's knife is a bit of bad news now, and good news because the knife I like. It's a CT Smart knife. That's the only name I could come up with for it. I bought it on Gearbest. I don't get paid by Gearbest. It's just where I bought it. And the reason I'm mentioning it today is I got it for $10.99 in their sale. Well, I actually got another $2 off it because I had accumulated some points. So it cost me just over $8, which for any kind of knife is just throwaway. You know, it's a great knife. But I've just went on today, about 2 minutes ago, clicked it up, went onto the screen to actually see if I can get some more information on it, and it's discontinued. They've run out. But I do know that AliExpress has them, and before I put this video up, I'll find out if they're on AliExpress, what they're called on AliExpress, because they do tend to call the knives different things, and the price, and I'll put that down below in the description, along with the 3x2 challenge, just in case anybody forgets what it's called. So, that's it. All that out of the way. Now let's get on to the knife. This is the box it comes in. Now for a $10.99 knife, this is a solid little box. I don't know what that symbol is in the front, but I'm sure somebody will know. I have no idea. So it comes in a nice box like this. And this is the knife. Now I had seen, I'm trying to think who I had seen with it. Jimmy Slash had one very similar to this, if not exactly the same, a couple of weeks ago, and I hadn't really paid it much attention. I watched the video, enjoyed his video, but I hadn't seen one. But a couple of weeks after his went up, I seen one and I thought, I'm having that. So it comes in a wee baggie, there's foam in the bottom, and I say for $10.99, I don't sort of expect that sort of quality of a box. So you expect it just an old bag. So now, she's a lovely looking knife, isn't she? She really is. She's blue anodized here. She's blue anodized on the back, and I think that's aluminium. And she has not a deep carry pocket clip, but it's not bad. And the other pivot head is anodized blue. So I know it looks like a certain knife, but I'm not going to say it. Now look at that for a blade, and look at that for a shape. And I suppose anybody that's in the knife world is going to know what that looks like. But let me tell you, this is a lovely knife. A really nicely made knife. Now, there's a couple of wee faults with it, which we'll get to at the end, but we'll start at the beginning and we'll go through the length. The length of the knife is 22 centimetres, so she's a big girl. And that in proper measurements is let me see, just over 8.5, which is a good size knife. And the blade on this is 3 7/8. I would say the blade, the cutting length of the blade, because it comes back further, if you can see. So it's 3 7/8 cutting length, which in that funny measurement system is 9.7 centimeters. Big blade. Not particularly heavy. And I haven't, well, I've just looked down now. I've just spoilt it now. It is, I've just looked down and the weight is 130 grams. And we'll get that in ounces for you. I'll just get this. Oh my goodness, I'm going to get it right first time. So, in ounces, it's 4.6 ounces for an 8.5-inch knife. With this quality, to be honest, for what you're getting, it is a, if I'll take it, I'll turn it around and show you. If you can see, the lighting isn't the best in this wee room today. For some reason, I didn't get it right. Oh, there you go. It's made of D2 steel, and I genuinely do believe it's D2. For a couple of reasons, you know, I have used it, and I haven't sharpened it yet. I haven't needed to. It's a lot. It's a good cutting blade. But the grind, even the grind on it, if you look, can you see the grind on that? They've got it in such a way that it's coming both ways down, and it's absolutely lovely. And even the blade edge is about equal in both sides. They have done a good job grinding it. Now, the handle is amazingly comfortable. Not cushion comfortable, but amazingly comfortable. You wouldn't, again, somebody wouldn't pull this out of your hand, or you wouldn't drop it accidentally if you were cutting something. You're well locked in once you get into it. There's no need for, and they haven't put any jimping up here, absolutely no need whatsoever, because of the shape of it. It just locks you in and you ain't going anywhere past that. It flips with so much authority. All I have to do, if you can see where the flipper is, it's above your pins. So it comes out with a thump. And let me tell you, it's on bearings. Would you believe that? Look at that. This is $10.99. It's just, look at that. Can you hear that detent? It's quite a strong detent, and when it comes out, if it starts, it finishes. I haven't had any misfires yet, although I'm sure y'all do it before the day's out. So, for $10.99, can't beat it. I don't know what the price is going to be when I go over to AliExpress, but I'm thinking it's not going to be huge if that's what it was on gearbest. Now, a couple of little things. When it came, and I flipped it a couple of times, a couple of these screws and the Torque 6s went loose. And I thought, oh no, it's going to be one of those going to fall apart or they'll run off or whatever. But I tightened them all up. I didn't put any Loctite on them yet. I will do after I take it apart and do a service on it. But they haven't moved since, and they haven't, and I've, because it opens with such a thwack. If it was going to re-undo again, it would have done it by now, because I've just constantly been flicking it. It's such a lovely knife, and it's the closure of it. It's a liner lock, so there's no resistance, if you like, at all. The liner lock, it looks thin there, but if you come through the back and look, it's quite thick, the liner lock. It's cut away here so that it makes it easier for you to push across. There's scales. Oh, let me just get that. There's steel scales inside, and they're not milled out or anything. So 4.6, you can see where the weight comes from. They haven't skipped on it. They haven't skimped. Now, there's a few silly things I done. That one was not tightening the screws up. That's a bit silly. The other one is this pocket clip, which made me laugh. I don't know whether, I'm sure you can see it. They put the pocket clip on, but it didn't fit round the screw. So, what did they do? They just, I giggled at it. They just screwed the pocket clip down on top of the screw. They didn't try to cut it out of mold or get another pocket clip from the store. They just screwed it on top of it, which I find, I've never seen that before. But again, do you know, it actually works really well. It's a really good, stiff pocket. Once it goes in, it's not coming out of your pocket. But that took me to the fair. I thought that was very funny. One of the nice things, if you see, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to show you this, but round if you see round here, they have left it the rough pattern that it was before they ground the blade out. And that's a lovely little touch because it adds something to the knife. If you can see right down to the flipper there and up in that corner, it's been left rough. And I think it just adds that little bit of something. I think they could have just ground it away, no problem, and made it all shiny and nobody would have noticed. But to me, they actually thought about what are we going to do to make this just look a wee bit different. And to me, that's a lovely sign. Do you know what I mean? A lovely sign. And for D2 blade, it really is. The Chinese are starting to use it more and more. And their heat treatment of it, I mean, it's all right saying D2 blade, but if the heat treatment's rubbish, well, do you know what I mean? You may as well put on HCR13. But it's not. Most of the knives I've got, it's been a good last. I get a good edge retention out of them. And this is no different. It is a bit more difficult to sharpen than your typical Chinese HCR13. There's no doubt about it. And you have to spend more time and care doing it. But to me, that's worth it. But to get it at that price, I know it's a replica. Look, I know it's I couldn't afford a replica, but I could afford 10.99, and that's what I've got. I make no excuses for it. It's a lovely, lovely knife. Everything is just cut round the side. It's maybe not as smooth. In fact, I'm sure the original is much smoother. But when it's in my hand, I could work for hours. And I don't think... The only thing maybe is this is a bit pointy. But maybe if I get a wee file and there's a wee point there, I'll maybe take that wee point off. That's the only thing I can feel in the back of my hand here. What's your stab myself? I'm looking through a viewfinder. So what I'll do is I'll maybe file that down and see how it goes. But I think you'll agree, I mean, ball bearings and D2, just unbelievable. And you can hear that, it thwacks out like that every single time and just closes like a dream. You'll find yourself playing with this. This will become, take it to work and play with me. Although I have to say, it is a big blade. It really is a big blade. But you see, for cutting, even in the kitchen, it's maybe not the best slicer in the world. It's a flat grind from about 60% of it's a flat grind, and then you've got a big swedge. It's quite a big swedge, which makes it narrow to look at. But if you can see, as in a Benchmade, I think if you know the 940, it actually comes back out again at the top here to give your edge a really good working point on it and strong tip. So, I mean, they haven't just thrown together the knife. They have copied well, bless them. So, I mean, I'm over the moon. I just think for $8 I ended up paying for it. I'm not going to get better than that for $8, no matter how long I look. That is just a cracking wee knife. And for those, I know there's people that will not buy it because of what it is, and that's fine, I accept it. But for those people like me on a budget, I believe that is, you know, if you get it, I would say if you got that for anywhere $20 and under, you'd be absolutely over the moon. Absolutely. I would pay $20 for it without a shadow of a doubt. It's lovely. It really is. And that's it. I'm not going to go on too much. It's a nice. I've done the announcements. Again, I just can't thank my subscribers, the new subscribers I've got. I've gone over 300. It's just blowing my head away this last couple of weeks. And the kind comments have been remarkable. And I would like, again, just to reinforce, I've done it before, for those people in Texas and the surrounding areas who are having a horrendous time, it's been lovely to see people coming from all around the United States to help you. And it's been lovely to see people coming together. That's what you Yanks do best, get together in a crisis. And I've been praying every night for you, and I hope that it's as quick as it possibly can be. I know for some it's going to be years, and I bless their hearts. It must be heartbreaking. But yous are strong enough, I know you are, and I hope your community backs you up along with your president. He seems to want to do it. I hope he carries out all his promises. And for the community, just well done to yous. Yous are special people. And God bless yous all. That's the end of my little spiel. And thank you so much for watching again. Take care. All the best. Paddy's out.